Shalom Akim. We'd like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rokah, double honors to our apostles, great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right. And I'm Zahab to my right. Behind the camera. All right. And what we're going to go into a live stream. All right, is basically a review on Coming to America. All right, but we're going to hit it with the scriptures, okay? Give a spiritual perspective of what we got from that movie. All right.
This is Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not thy strength unto women. All right, because really, a king is supposed to. One of the attributes of a king is temperance. All right, you're not supposed to give your loins over to women. That's why I said in like Sirach 47, it told you that King Solomon bowed his loins to women, or he bowed his and basically he succumbed. He let them trump his belief. He let those women overcome his belief. And if you watch the movie Coming to America, he gave Eddie Murphy's character, gave his strength to the idealization of women. All right, he jeopardized the traditions of his father for westernization.
His legacy.
He's jeopardized literally his legacy because that allowed him to put his daughter in a position of his stead.
That's the end of his legacy.
That's the end of his legacy. So you don't give your strength to women because that was a key visualization of that, because he let women spread their ideology in his kingdom. All right?
And it says, know thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
And that's what I wanted to expound on through the spirit. Know thy ways to that which destroyeth kings, man. All right? Because a way, well, we're going to get the definition first, but we're going to get that definition of the word way, and we're going to show you how it was basically destruction to the kingdom. All right?
Khan. Now, this is on the Blue Letter Bible. All right, the word for ways in the Hebrew is darak. All right, which means way, road, distance, journey, manner. Now I'm gonna jump down to D, E, and F. Now it says manner, habit, way.
Manner, habit, way. All right. And what they were incorporating in the movie Coming to America 2, all right, they were incorporating the ways of the West. All right, the ways of the West are ways that destroy kingdoms. And they were showing you how ultimately there was an ever continuation that his kingdom would be destroyed. All right, go ahead.
Now, C says direction.
Direction. Wow. So the direction was what? They went literally to the direction of the West. And that's why, God damn it, Arsenio Hall's character, Simeon, he cursed out the bastard son's uncle. He was like, he said something to the effect of, "You fucking Westerners."
Yeah.
He said something to that effect. All right.
Wow. All right. Now this is E and F. Now E says of course of life.
A course of life. And what was the course of life that they were incorporating in the movie Coming to America in the Kingdom of Zamunda? All right, they were incorporating the Western course of life into his kingdom. That's why they kept pushing out women's liberation, and the things that women were restricted to do was interpreted as oppressing and suppressing women. All right.
I'm just saying, here it is. You know, these women were in the empire, especially the little chick, you know, the Prince Hakeem, you know, married. He brought her from America to an empire that was started centuries before she even got there. But now, she wants to come over and have authority over, like we've been talking about. Eve waits to, you know, because you know a kingdom has to be forged in wars. You conquer, then you expand your kingdom through war, through trade, you know, which that's what all the men do. And then the women, after, you know, they see the servants set up, they see the splendor of the kingdom, then that's when they want to come and be an authority figure within something they ain't have no part in, man. You see? And that's what you see here in America, man. All right? Women want to be in this authority figure over something that's already set up, you know, that they didn't have no part in, man. You know?
And then and several times, Hakeem was called weak by his father in the movie. In the beginning of the movie, his father and that little witch counselor referred to Hakeem as weak. Like, you running this kingdom by yourself, you'll be assassinated within a week. A month's top, man.
Because it really gonna be that woman running the kingdom.
Yep.
You know, that she was running through him.
That's why you don't give your strength to women.
Yep, ain't no way. You know?
Yep.
I got
Just a little bit, yeah, a little bit more, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be it. Now, man, wow. All right, it says, of course of life. Now this is F. It says of moral character.
Of moral character, and because part of the morals was maintaining the traditions of his fathers that came before him. Now we know this is just a movie, all right, but it's a great example of how you can destroy your kingdom or destroy your culture, all right, by taking on the venomous ways of the West, man.
And it's crazy too, because when you go to the Strong's definition, you know, it is saying some of the same things, you know, a road as trodden figuratively, a course of life or a mode of action, often adverb along or way, because of, by conversation, custom. Now it says eastward, but in this case it would be westward.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a direction, like you're
Right.
going eastward.
Yep.
This will be westward.
Yep, they went to the direction of the West.
That's
All
it,
right?
bro.
And one of the false narratives they had was that the ways of the forefathers were wrong.
Yep.
The restrictions put on women were wrong.
That's the game the serpent brought to Eve.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I want to get Isaiah 46:8. It said, remember this and show yourselves men.
Hey, because when Hakeem became king, that was time for him to show himself a man. And he actually stepped into that ruling class mentality spirit, but that ruling class mentality spirit was demonized in the movie. You're acting just like your father. You have to bring Zamunda to the 21st century.
Yeah, what they were saying.
You know?
And it says Isaiah 46:8, it said, remember this and show yourselves men, bring it again to mind, O you transgressors.
Remember this to show yourselves men. All right? But in that movie and in real life, when you show yourself a man, that's being demonized.
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity, man. Toxic masculinity. But that's the ways of Satan, man. That's in real time, in the real world, there was a Zamunda, all right, having all those women infiltrate their kingdom, all right, to westernize the kingdom is something done by the elites. And they use like the CIA and all that, all right, and they push out a narrative that the women are being oppressed and women's rights because they want to overthrow and conquer that country.
Yep.
All right?
Because it's a philosophy. You know, it's a way of life. You conquer before you use a military to conquer a country, you know, you try to conquer the mindset of the people, man.
Yep.
You know, and that's what you were saying was happening within that movie. You know, they pushed a very feminist spirit because the the princess that he was supposed to marry, she was in order. And then that marriage was going to combine two kingdoms.
Yep.
You see? Like marriage had a purpose. That's why it says the purpose of a kingdom. You see? Marriage is going to have a purpose, all right, when we get in that kingdom, man. It ain't going to be based off, you know, so what you want to do in life? What you want to do in life? Or both of y'all like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You see? Both of y'all went to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
You know, some dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing to do with nothing, man. We talking about being legacy minded, man. And everyone was like for themselves. You know, the decision that was being made on there was not for the people; it was for themselves, man.
That's the mindset
Yep.
of America.
Of the West,
And it wasn't. That means that it wasn't for the betterment of their kingdom.
Yep.
It was for the betterment of their own individual lust.
Yep.
What?
All right. Did it not say that pertaining to the days of Noah? People went after their own lust.
Yeah.
You got it, Elder Kazak.
All right, just real quick, bro. It's Job chapter 8, verse 7 down to 8. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end shall greatly increase. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
Yep. It's all about that. It's all about the fathers, man. You know, because through the fathers, everything is established, man. Because you gotta think about it. In that movie, you know, the little prince, you know, the bastard prince, you know, he tried to bring a Zamunda woman back to America when she was gonna have to work, you know, try to save us some money to establish a business in America when she was already in a functioning kingdom. You see? Why the hell would you do that? You in a functioning kingdom where you're provided for, all right? You don't have to worry about bills.
She was
you know?
already she was a stylist in the palace.
Yeah. And she wanted to be a stylist in an American boutique, man. But showing you the way of thinking, all right, that the serpent put in the earth, man. You know, and he did it through Eve because it was the woman that was kept pushing that narrative, man, and that nigga, all right, that bastard prince who was Americanized, man.
You give up the kingdom for this.
Yeah.
Well, really, he was a mama's boy.
Yep.
I ain't going nowhere without my mama.
Yep.
And just like in that scripture with the queen, I mean, the woman wanted to put her sons up so she could be the.
Yeah.
That's how it was in Coming to America in Zamunda.
Yep.
You can make moves through your son, cause really if he empower, you empower, man.
Yep.
You know.
I got Jeremiah 6:16.
Yep.
It said, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein."
No, it says the good way.
Yep.
Now we're going back to Proverbs 31:3. It said, "Ignore thy ways to that which destroy kings." So the eastern way is the good way.
Yep.
The ways of our forefathers is the good way. All right, but the ways that destroy kings, that's the ways of the west. All right, now oftentimes you go into the word degenerate. If you go into the word degenerate in a free dictionary, are you going to get that?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
All right, because that kingdom was degenerating.
Yep.
The kingdom started to degenerate. All right.
And it says, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your soul."
Now, it's not hard to believe that the old way of eating is superior when it comes to health.
Yep.
You have no problem going the old way when it comes to being health conscious.
Yep.
Or you have no problem going back to nature to put moisturizers in your head. But why you can't go back to the old ways when it comes to running the kingdom?
Yep.
Running your nation. We ain't got no fucking nation. You niggas sold your nation, all right, for a goddamn degree. Especially you black women, man. All right?
And it says, "And ye shall find rest for your souls," but they said, "We will not walk therein."
And you find rest for your souls when you go back to the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai, those divine laws.
That's right.
Like you said, a woman getting an order, she's happy.
Yep.
When a woman sit back and let the man be the man, those women be happy.
Yep.
We've experienced it firsthand.
And then you find rest for your souls because people gotta understand what a legacy is, man. You know, because in that movie, like I said, they wanted to come into America and establish a damn business, man. But you already had something established. The part of a legacy is for your offspring to continue to come into something that's already established so they can take it further, man. Not for them to constantly start over and over and over again, man. You never get nowhere, man. All right? The kingdom of heaven is gonna be the biggest functioning running business, man. All right? And it's gonna be an establishment that's gonna constantly grow. All right? You had something?
Yeah, well, he's going to get the word degenerate.
Okay.
Because when I saw Coming to America 2 yesterday, and it said the Spirit wanted everybody to watch it. When I saw Coming to America 2, I just saw degeneracy.
Yep.
As soon as they start putting those Western philosophies in, the end result is degeneracy. Now you have this guy by the name of Thomas Sowell. All right, he made a quote. He said the West replaced what works with what sounds good.
Yep.
See, the ways of his fathers in Zamunda, that worked.
Yep.
But the ways of the philosophies of those women, it sounded good.
Yep.
There's a reason why they didn't want women in a position of power there. Now, they put women in a position of power in the so-called black community. Now look at the so-called black community.
No.
There's a reason, and the men of the East, they know what happens when you put women in power.
Hey, what's that bitch? Maxine Waters.
Yeah.
We saw that shit, you know. I'm saying Maxine Waters. Did a little interview.
Yeah, with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But basically, I want to say that too. You're whores. If your confidence comes from your pussy, you a whore.
And she lifting this bitch up.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, you know, this congresswoman.
That's not women empowerment. That's whore empowerment, man. You are empowering whores. If you go down any red light district, if you go on any sex site where you can buy prostitutes, the first thing they're gonna advertise what? Their vaginas. They're gonna talk about how wet their pussy is, and that's how they sell their product. So when a woman talks about how wet her vagina is, that's not a woman. That's a prostitute, and she's bartering. She's marketing her pussy for a lifestyle that a nigga with money can give her.
Yep.
All right.
I got because we said search the old past. We're gonna go, you know, into some old accounts, all right, and get how, you know, we moved as a people, man.
Yep.
You know, because one of the problems that came up, you know, on that movie that could have been easily solved, you know, all right, by going to the ways of our forefathers. Here it is, you're a king, you got one wife, you have no heir, you know, but you got women, all women that's bathing, the women grooming you, but you got one damn woman you dealing with, but you in a house full of single women, and you ain't got no air. All right, how dumb can you be, man? The solution is all around you, stupid. You know?
Hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, but this is the mind frame of our forefathers and our foremothers, man. This is Genesis 16:1. It says, now Sarai, Abraham's wife, bare him no children, and she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarai said unto Abram, behold, the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abraham hearkened to the voice of Sarah, and Sarah, Abraham's wife, took Hagar, her maid, in the Egyptian, and Abraham had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. Now, the point of that is, Sarah didn't have no selfish mind state. All right, since I can't have no kids, he just gonna die without an heir. You know,
I better not catch you on another bitch.
Because you got Abraham was well off. He was wealthy. You know, he was like a king in that region, man. You know, so Hagar was like, look, my husband need an heir to his inheritance. You know, Sarah like, look, my husband need an heir to his inheritance. So she allowed him. Well, she offered him her handmaid. Abraham could have just took it if he wanted to. You know, because they were both his property. But she had the mind frame to be, what you call it, she took the initiative to say, look, take my handmaid and get you an heir. Yeah. That was the whole purpose to what continue on the legacy of that man.
Yeah.
All right? Now let's go to another account.
If I say something, even Esau, you know, he knows it's right. That's why they made that one movie, Handmaid's Tale.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. This is the book of Genesis 30:1. It says, and when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children, or else I die. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I in the Most High's stead, who have withheld from thee the fruit of the womb? And she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have a children by her. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife, and Jacob went unto her, and Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. And that's where you get the 12 tribes, because you have 4 women that was bearing Jacob heirs. All right, and think about it. The reason, you know, we are part of the promise is because of what they was doing.
You know what?
In that one lifetime. Like,
but he brought a slut. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna get that. Give not that strength to women, right? And it said a woman should not usurp authority over you. All right, she what's the prince name? Hakeem.
Yeah.
His wife got upset when she found out that he had a bastard son, right?
Yeah.
But then she was like, well, you know what? It ain't like you was my first man.
Yep.
Now I heard Elder Apostle Hart say this, like he was Elder Apostle Hart said this years ago. Out of all those women he could have had as a moon, he wouldn't have got a slut from the queen.
Yep.
So you got a slut for the queen that you was in love with, all right, as opposed to those pure women, man. But they brought that American bullshit. You can get that for bucket shop.
And this hit right home too, because the brother got those 2 accounts.
Yep.
All right. Now this is the word degenerate on the free dictionary, and we're getting the etymology. Now it says 1485 to 1495. Let's go back to the Latin, degeneratus or degeneratus, past participle of degenerare, to decline from an ancestral standard.
So what the brother just read in the book of Genesis, all right, was an ancestral standard that basically by any means will you bring out your heir through your wives, through your handmaids, whatever it takes. Now, and they show in Coming to America all the access that he had to those women.
Yeah.
And even in the first movie, his father, who was played by I can't think of his name right now. His father said, "I'm assuming you slept with some of your bath givers. Like I'm assuming you smashed some of them. You know what I mean?"
This is James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones, the water. So his father was the one that was like, "I'm assuming you had sex with him. Like, I'm quite sure you're not a virgin per se. Not that a man is a virgin, but the point is, it shows you the access that he had with those women. But that Western mindset, he was zeroed in on that one true love, man.
Hey, because even he said that when they brought out that he had a son in America, he was like, I only slept with Lisa. Here it is, he trying to be goddamn a virgin, faith. I like, man, come on, man. She kicked this nigga out the bed, man. You know, hey, if I would have seen the movie, if I would have went to the movie and seen that shit, I probably would have left.
Yeah, man. Hey, I got upset, man.
Out, man.
That's why they had this shit on Amazon.
Yeah, I would have left.
I was like, hold on. Did he bring her ass to Zamunda?
You gonna get kicked out the bed.
Man, he brought her ratchet ass to Zamunda, man.
Yeah.
But that's that woman, man.
Yeah.
That's that woman, man. That's why it's a certain philosopher. I forget his name, Salah, because I don't remember his name.
Damn.
But it says the moment you make a woman your equal, it's the moment you make her superior to you, man.
Yeah.
Woo! And it's a philosopher. I'm a will be putting it up, but
Damn.
yeah, the moment you make a woman your equal, it's the moment that you make her superior. So as soon as you bring in that equal rights bullshit, really your house finna get infiltrated.
Yep.
Now she finna start calling shots, man. All right, the East had it right.
Yep.
All right.
Eliasha woman have coined the phrase, you know, you stuck in the West and you don't know what's best, man.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Hey, this Isaiah 16:22, and this is in our kingdom. Hey, we gonna show you heathens, all right? We gonna show you westernized people, this Western society, how a kingdom supposed to run, man. You just wait, man. You know, this is Isaiah 16:22. It says a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. Our the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai will hasten it in this time.
You can expound on that.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna have humongous families in the kingdom, man. That's gonna be our last worry, having an heir, man. All right, because the purpose of the kingdom, like you say, it's like Eliasha woman was going into. The purpose of multiple women, the purpose of all these things we're gonna have is gonna be to praise Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, because we're gonna be an expanding kingdom, man. All right. When you get when you get new territories as a king, you need people to rule over those territories. That's gonna be your sons. So you're gonna constantly increase in territory. You're gonna have to constantly increase in sons, man. All right. You're gonna be joining houses in the kingdom with different brothers, with trading wives, and you know.
And you gonna love those women.
Yeah.
It's not like when you're doing a raid. The Most High already have you set up for the purpose that He has for you on planet Earth.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gonna get an arranged marriage. You never gonna love that woman.
Yeah.
You're gonna grow to love that woman. You see, in America, you fall in love, you have an infatuation phase, and that shit dies. Well, yeah, is she gonna lose interest and she gonna start looking for, in America, you put true love first. But that infatuation phase and that honeymoon phase, that shit dies. Now what?
Yep.
She gets fat. Now what?
Yep.
But see, when you do the arranged marriage, the ways of our fathers, it's a business, but y'all grow to love each other.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, bro, that was Socrates. That's crazy.
Wow.
Jake, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the quote. All right, and now it says, "Once made equal to man, woman becomes his superior."
Yup. So, hey, and when you elevate those women to your page, next thing you know, they're running your kingdom.
Yep.
You know, they was bringing it and they brought it in through victimization.
Yep.
Women having restrictions was a form of oppression.
Yep.
All right.
Another thing, they had him waking up in the morning with that woman, with Lisa.
Yep.
And the kingdom ain't gonna be like that, man. Women gonna be summoned to you. All right, whichever wife you want to deal with, all right, she'll be summoned to you. All right, it ain't gonna be that laying in bed every night. No, man, the king gives women summoned to him when he at his disposal.
And
all right,
and there's a perception and there's reality.
Yeah.
That fantasy Hollywood shit, that's perception. In reality, women want the Jake that all the women want.
Yep.
Not just Jake's. Women want the man that all the women want. And they don't care that you just slept with this woman, that woman. If you that guy that all the women want, then all the women want you.
Can I say something to Quan, Baba
Yep.
Bashar? Hey, for you women that are watching, listen up. You listen good to what the brothers are saying. In the kingdom of heaven, y'all not gonna be over us,
Yep.
all right?
Or equal with them.
Or equal with us. The Lord made it to where y'all are under us. Your Israelite women, you have your role. The kingdom gonna be for you too, but it begins with the Israelite man.
But you know what? We don't hate you.
Right.
Shit, we love you. We love women. We love Israelite women.
we gonna love the hell out of
We
you.
gonna look, but we love you. We love you when you will play your role.
Yeah.
It's like your kids. When your kids clean up their room and they obedient, man, you ready to get them something, man. You ready to get them a gift, man. All right. But that's just the way it is, man. Esau used you as a pawn to overthrow us. He gave you power to take power from your race. You know?
This is Isaiah 54 and 1. It says, "Sing, O barren, that didst not bear, break forth into singing and cry aloud, that thou didst not travail with child.
Yep.
For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife,
Yep.
said the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai."
You can go into that.
Yep, yeah, because when you go back to the account of Hagar, you know, Sarah was likened unto a barren woman, you know, until she brought forth Isaac. But see, there's a great nation that came through that lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And see, that's finna be revamped in the earth on a whole nother level, man. You know?
And speaking of, I think you went into that lesson. A woman's glory, a woman's happiness comes from bearing her man's offspring. See, in Babylon, a woman's happiness really comes from getting a career. Because a woman's happiness in America really comes from getting a career.
Yep.
But a woman's happiness, according to our forefathers, was really supposed to be motherhood.
Yep.
So a woman, they'll put motherhood on delay to pursue a career. And that's not going to be so in the kingdom, man.
Yep. Going down says, "Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thy habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes." And that's every man's household gonna continue to grow. You know, the earth gonna actually grow because it's gonna be giving forth the strength. You know, but the household, because the house, you know, beginning with a man's lineage, man. Instead of a little one gonna become 1,000, man. All right, we're gonna be creating nations in the kingdom, man. All right, through what? Reproduction. You know. So that mind frame of there ain't no way you're in power, all right, and you have a problem getting the air. You have all this access, you got all this free time, you know. You can get the best herbs, the best roots to supplement with that problem.
Yep.
What they had, mandrakes.
Mandrakes.
Yep.
Which is really like a ginseng.
Yep.
To my knowledge, that was more like
Yep.
a ginseng.
Come on, man, you got all this wisdom, you got all this access, but you can't get the air.
And
you
really,
know?
and that American shit that Lisa was bringing to Hakeem,
Yeah.
that oppressed them.
Yep.
That westernization oppresses a man.
Yep.
So where he is stuck with this one woman and, you know, cheating on your wife.
Yeah, cheating, that dumb shit.
That dumb shit, man.
All right, verse 4 it says, "For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make the desolate cities be inhabited," man. The elect men are going to inhabit the earth, man. We're going to populate the earth with Israelite sons and daughters, man.
Yeah.
All right? That's the purpose of the kingdom. And all those daughters and sons that we're going to have are going to serve Yahweh Bashim Al Shai.
That's right.
It's going to
That's right.
forward the presence of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai in the earth, man.
Yep.
All right? Ain't going to be just a bunch of randomness, man.
Oh, no, go ahead. You just want to bring out something?
No, I was just meditating. Brother said how we gonna inherit the earth. And the Lord spoke about him distributing the pounds or the talents to his servants, and the ones that, you know, multiplied the talents. He said, "Have thou authority over 10 cities, you know, over 5 cities," roughly paraphrasing. And, you know, and those cities are equivalent to countries. You know, so how are we, you know, gonna have them inhabited? Hey, brother's gonna have a lot of seeds, man.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be no hiding your phone or you get nervous when your woman's
Nah,
around your
that shit
phone.
going to be over with. Yep.
But,
Hey,
re-
you got it.
but really, it's over with on this side,
Yep.
because that only happens when you enter into a contract with a woman that y'all gonna play the Western role.
Yep.
But those same women have been groupies to athletes. They've been groupies to drug. We know how that work, man.
It only works here.
It only works like they, but in the kingdom, they gonna be groupies to righteous men. You know?
Yep. And then, like I say, even with now get Isaiah 4:1. Another thing, you know, brothers, don't worry about how women's emotions are when they hear these things, man.
Yeah.
Cause this gonna be a reality soon, man.
Huh?
You know, don't worry about the emotions of a woman when she hear these things or she got concerns about these. This ain't got nothing to do with her, man. This is bigger than a woman's opinion, man. A woman's opinion been ruling, all right, our people for too long, man. A damn woman's opinion, how she feel, you know, what she think is right. The hell with that, man. This is what it's finna be, man. We ain't gonna have to make them explain. We just gonna be. All right, the Lord gonna make it happen. The scripture say the Lord gonna hasten it in His time, man. You know, we tapping back into our power, man. The earth full of women, man. You know, so women gonna be offended. you know, they gonna feel some type of way. They gonna want you to try to explain it with a Western twist to make them feel good. Fuck that, man. All right.
Well, fear is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So like, excuse my language, but when Isaiah 4:1 is survival mode.
Yep.
So you ain't gotta explain too much to a woman. All right, well, yeah, go ahead with your.
All right, just real quick, bro. This is Psalms chapter 127, verse 3. Lo, children are an heritage of Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
Yo, the fruit of the womb is a reward, man. You know, we're gonna enjoy bringing forth, man, because we coming from a situation where bringing forth children is a burden, man. You know, children are a liability in this kingdom, but in our kingdom, children gonna be an asset.
You gotta understand, in America, we're grid slaves.
Yep.
We're corporate wage slaves.
Yep.
Corporate slavery wasn't designed for you to multiply and have different women, different children. That's why it's such an inconvenience to have one child. But in the kingdom, an example of that was Zamunda. The girl was a hairstylist. She didn't have to worry about no goddamn rent fees, no student no grant loans,
Yeah.
no bills.
Yeah.
You understand? You already in the palace with no government over you, man.
Yeah.
You know?
The grid is designed really just for you to survive.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Then when you die, your kids gotta just start over.
Yep.
You know?
That's what I say. That's the point of a legacy, man. So your seed can come back into, you know, an inheritance, man. You know, I think that's in is that Proverbs 15. See that Proverbs 15, man. You
Come on.
know?
I mean, I could read it for you. I mean,
It's Proverbs 15 and talking about inheritance for the children. It might be,
yeah, a good man leaving an inheritance.
yeah, it might be 15. Might be something else. But if you can find it, I'm gonna read that in Isaiah, you know, because we're going to that whole Isaiah 4:1. The Lord gonna set that situation up where it's gonna be beneficial, all right, to both parties. You know, they gonna get protection, you know, and we're gonna be establishing, you know, relationships that's gonna enforce our legacy in the kingdom, man.
I got it for you.
Cause you gotta go.
All right, Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children.
A good man leaving an inheritance to his children's children. All right, when you look into Solomon, King David was rich. You know, King Solomon didn't start from scratch. All right, he was in the environment where he can thrive and become the richest king that ever exists. All right, because King David subdued the enemies. You know, he secured different trade routes. So Solomon came into an inheritance. You know, where he can expand. That's what it's all about. You see. But see, in the kingdom, it's gonna constantly expand because after Solomon, you had the split, you know. But ultimately, in the kingdom, no, that's gonna continue on. It's gonna grow and grow. Hey, because even with Alexander the Greek, the reason why he was able to go against the Persians because his father, King Philip II, had unified all those Greek armies. See, so when his father died, when Alexander was 20, he inherited a big army from his father. That's why he was able to go against the Persians because he had a big military that he inherited from his father, man.
And going back to the little Western thought towards women, he had all those women in the palace.
Yep.
And he didn't reproduce but only one.
Yeah.
But Alexander in the movie, in real life, he got with Roxanne just to bring her heir.
Yep.
Because really he was in the men.
Yep.
But he went all the way to India.
Yep.
To bring in the heir.
Yep.
Showing you that it was all about an heir, man.
Yep.
You know?
This the Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. It says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
And seven means complete.
Yep.
Innumerable.
Yep.
See, the time of Jacob's trouble, it's gonna kill opinions.
Yep.
It's gonna kill how you feel.
Yep.
Survival mode is something else, man.
Yep. And a lot of women gonna get rejected, man. Hey, because you only as a king, when you in the king mind frame, all right, you only want assets around you, no liabilities, man.
Yep.
You see? So hey brothers, we gonna be in a position of choosing, man. I ain't gonna be no everybody that likes you that's get accepted. No, that's not gonna be the case, man. It's gonna be the creme de la creme, man. Women are gonna have a privilege, all right, to be around men of the Lord in the time to come, man. Just like it's a privilege for us to be around the spirit of Yahushua. You see? That's what's finna come to the earth, man. Hey, the Most High finna bust this thing up, man.
And it's happening as we speak.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it says, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. And that's saying what? We won't be a liability to you. You know? They not gonna be worried about, you know, the lifestyle you can provide for them, because this shit gonna be through. You know? They just gonna, like you say, they just gonna want a hedge. You know?
Protection.
Yeah, they just want a hedge. You know, we're gonna be an asset, not a liability, because like we were talking about earlier, Eve wants you to do so much for her, but nothing comes back out of her, man. You know? Eve is like a bad investment, man. You know, you get nothing out of it, man.
Every
you know?
time. But she's the master packager.
Yeah.
She gonna package her shit up to where you enticed by it.
Yep.
But the end result is like, damn, oh,
Yep.
the juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
Yep.
You know?
They play the PlayStation.
I could have just played the PlayStation.
It says, and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Yep.
And that day shall the branch.
So like, if I can say something, their approach is that feminism.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Going back to the garden, all right? Because that garden created that covenant that separated the Israelite man and the Israelite woman. So let us be called by thy name. Now she's coming back to your nation.
Yep. Hey, she got to throw that fruit up.
Yep.
You got to
Yeah.
regurgitate that
Yep.
shit.
That false independence.
Yeah.
Yep. Because you were never independent.
No,
You
never.
just left from being under the power of your husband and you assimilated into Esau's kingdom.
Yeah.
You was really just independent from the so-called black man. So-called, or ultimately the Israelite man.
Yep. And it says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim shall be beautiful and glorious.
Yep.
And the fruitful, I say, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel.
Yep.
You know? So the women, all right, the women gonna be delivered for the purpose of childbearing, man. You see, women have been real overhyped in this society, man.
Right.
Overvalued, you know. The earth is paying too much attention, you know, to a damn woman. You know, the headlines, all right, Jada Pickett in a bikini. That's the headline. What the fuck going on, man?
Yeah.
You see?
all that.
Yeah. That's like, what the hell is their headlines, man?
And then you grew up and you get that in your subconscious.
Yeah.
You realize that the same way Esau over-marketed himself as some great conqueror,
Yeah.
some divine ruler of the earth, he turned around and gave Eve, she became a joint heir of that.
Yeah, because they both overhyped.
Yeah, Eve and Esau had been overhyped. To where when you get with a woman and you realize like that it's just a fucking woman.
Yep.
You get around Edomites, you be like, man, they're not all that smart.
Yep.
You know, if you grew up around Jake, then you feel like I'm gonna get around Edomites, they're gonna be smarter than you. You feel like they cheat in school, you smarter than them.
Their parents had money and shit.
Their parents had money. You find out like, man, these people have been overhyped in the earth, like you said.
Jake done went hard, and you know, some brothers that went to college. You
Yeah.
got Esau, they done dropped out of school.
But
just billionaires.
But then conversely, you look at Jake like, oh, this basic ass nigga, but he could break down and rebuild a car.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Jakes. You just because we already programmed to judge everybody a certain way in Esau's kingdom.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you look at the all people out. He wearing regular shit.
Yep.
Like this a regular ass Jake. Come to find out he a halfway genius and shit. You know, I met a lot of Jakes like that.
Yeah.
You kind of think they evil because some Jakes are wicked as hell. A lot of Jakes is regular, man.
Yep.
But it's a Esau man. Hey, that witchcraft man, that media man. You know.
All right. I got the last one.
All right. Well, yeah, that could be the last one.
Yep.
Bro.
This is Wisdom Solomon 6:20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom.
The desire of wisdom. Hey, Hakeem was deprived of wisdom. Well, the wisdom he had, he allowed those women to overthrow that wisdom with their ideologies. But hey, that's how we know we are in the beginning phases of running the fucking world. Because Yahweh Shema Shai gave us what? Wisdom, starting with our elder apostles and great millstone.
Yeah. Because basically, truth is solution.
Yep.
You know, these women don't got the solution.
Yep.
Esau don't got the solution.
Yep.
Yahweh Shai, the solution, and you know, he's giving them to the hopeful elect, man.
Yep. Yep. And this is right now.
Yep.
We're that little tribe of people outside of your kingdom that's going to eventually overtake your kingdom. All right? But y'all had any closing statements? And with that, we hope your brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honor to our apostles, great millstone, Ruel. He's a blessed house to live with the elect. And with that, Abba.
Abba.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.